Welcome YouTube, this OG Weasel Urban Conversation. Back again with one of these federal prison stories. And if you just now tuning in, hit that like and subscribe button. I'm talking about real federal prison stories that I've encountered and many other people encountered during my incarceration of 20 years in federal prison. And if you just now tuning in, hit that like and subscribe button, man. I'm one of the candidates that received the clemency program from Obama, and I was released after 20 years in federal prison. I actually had a 30-year sentence, you know what I'm saying, thanks to Obama program, man, and the criteria, I fit the criteria for that, or was one of the fortunate ones to make the cut on being released early, because had that situation not, I'd still be doing some time right now. You know what I'm saying? So shout out to Obama and the administration for setting that program up. You know what I'm saying? I was just one of the fortunate ones to receive the blessing. And I want to continue to give out my shout out to them, man, and to put me where I'm at today. You know what I'm saying? Back with my loved ones and my family. This particular story, like I said on the last video, that I was going to start getting more personal and more in tune and giving y'all the thought process and the heartfelt emotions that I was going through throughout this 20-year journey. You know what I'm saying? Because it was some highs and some lows. Everybody can talk about they was gangster all the way through and through, but you know what I'm saying? If you got some type of foundation of morals and values about yourself, man, it's going to be heartbreaking at times. And, you know, so the thing is just how to cope and adjust. And that's what I done, man, best of my ability. You know what I'm saying? I'm home, I'm healthy. You know what I'm saying? And, you know, and I'm thankful. So, getting right into this story, man, I want to tell y'all about a story about, let me go get my, what's the name? But getting back into this story, right? Just want to let y'all know that when I was in the USP Hazelton. I was in USP Hazelton, right? I was up there for about 3 years, and going to the USP, I went to the USP leaving Beaumont. You know what I'm saying? Leaving Beaumont Medium, my custody level got raised again from the food strike that we had, but I'm gonna get into that story again. But this particular story is just the mind state of that the guys in the USP have. You know what I'm saying? They say it's only supposed to be 1,400 to 1,500 inmates at this USP, but they be lying. The federal government be lying. They work in different numbers. You know what I'm saying? The numbers on paper ain't the numbers that's actually, so it probably be 2,500 inmates at this jail when they're only supposed to capacitate 1,400, something like that, 1,500. You know what I'm saying? Some jails hold more, but in this particular, in the USPs, they be having 2,000 inmates, and most of these motherfuckers have the same mind state. You know what I'm saying? When you in the USP, you know what I'm saying? And like I said, I'm gonna get into some more personal stories, man. Just telling y'all how I felt during certain times of my life during this journey of 20 years, right? One of the issues was when I got to the USP, back to the USP Hazelton, just the mind state of, you know, one of my partners was, he was a lifer I used to walk around with from Atlanta, man. I used to call him A. You know what I'm saying? He was a loner, man. He had a life, had long dreads and shit. But he in the USP, he can't never leave out the USPs. This motherfucker got 20 plus years in already, and he can't never leave out the USPs. USPs is the next level to where Chapo at. USPs is right there. Chapo is in ADX. You know what I'm saying? Larry Hoover, them ADX. You know what I'm saying? All the high profile, notorious motherfuckers, they got them in ADX. You know what I'm saying? So being in the USPs, that's the last step before you make it to ADX. Then you get to the ADX. You know what I'm saying? That's where you go and do the smooth program. You got to do an 18-month program in the ADX, and that's before they just house you in the ADX. Now, it's steps to being in ADX. You know what I'm saying? Some people ain't leaving. See, Larry Hoover ain't left out of ADX. You know what I'm saying? And they ain't letting Chapo out of ADX. You know what I'm saying? High profile people with high volumes of influence, they probably won't be being able to leave up out of there. So your thing is, if you got some type of anything about yourself, you know what I'm saying, like a guy like me, and I'm just using me as example, man, ain't no way in the world I want to be in the ADX. I don't even want to be in prison. You know what I'm saying? Let alone be at the upper echelon of where no sunlight, no nothing. Because in the USP, you can't see nothing. They got walls, man. It just, you can't do nothing but look into the damn sky. You know what I'm saying? And they got these towers. And then when you go out on the yard, you hope some motherfucker ain't finna get hit or stabbed or something like that, because the guard's gonna be shooting out the goddamn tower, real bullets. You know what I'm saying? Man, it's been times I've been go outside to work out in the USP, man. Next thing you know, I'm hiding motherfucking behind the motherfucking toilet with the concrete. They got the outside toilet. They got the motherfucking concrete around the toilet. Man, I'm in that motherfucker down there. Me and my partner down there laying down and pissing shit. That's how the motherfucking police be shooting the motherfucking guns out the motherfucking tower. So I'm like, shit, at all costs, man, I'm trying to make it home. I ain't trying to be no motherfucking statistic of got shot on accident, because these motherfuckers over here fighting and shit won't stop fighting. They do a warning shot, but these motherfuckers start shooting into the ground close to the motherfuckers that's getting stabbed or something like that. And that's an incident. That's another story, but tell you about that. But this particular, I'm really just talking about the USP Hazelton, man, in the mind state. And this not just USP Hazelton. This just the mind state of all the USPs. See, when you make it to the USP, you already a badass. You know what I'm saying? Because you at the upper echelon of being in prison. You know what I'm saying? You a real badass. You make it to a USP, you a real badass in these motherfucking people book. But in the USP, it's more danger. It's more motherfucking more killing. It's more raping. It's more everything going on a high scale. I'm talking about daily. It's been times, man, for months and months that you getting a word that you can't do nothing but come out the door and get you a bag of ice and go back to the cell because they finna kill somebody. You know what I'm saying? So a dude like me fighting for his life, I'm trying to go to the Berry. You know what I'm saying? I'm trying to move around. I'm trying to find that case that's gonna ultimately get me out of prison. So, you know, I don't want to be locked down because you don't have access to a lot of shit. So who the fuck want to be locked down and you trying to get the fuck back to this type of shit? You know what I'm saying? So what the fuck? So, and then I have been there 2 or 3 years, man. And this is one thing that you have to understand when you go into the USP. Niggas don't be talking about going to no FCI. FCI is Federal Correctional Institution. It's still the federal jail. It's just a medium. Motherfuckers still get killed and riots and all of that shit in the FCI. But at this motherfucking USP, it's a whole nother game plan, player. Whole nother game plan. It's niggas in here actually that really, really, really do not fucking want to leave this motherfucker. So, and it's a lot of them. And I ain't had that motherfucking mind state. I wanted to go somewhere where I can work on my motherfucking case. And you know what I'm saying? I ain't knocking going to get locked down or nothing like that, because I'm mentally equipped and was mentally equipped for all of that mentally. You know what I'm saying? I wasn't going to get broke mentally for that type of shit. So, but I still wanted to work on my case and try to find me a motherfucking, the motherfucking loophole that was gonna let me out of jail. And I couldn't do that behind no door with no access to no books and nothing like that. You know what I'm saying? To communicate with no motherfucking advocates to help me fight for my case. None of that shit. So, man, these dudes in the USP, man, nigga, you don't even talk. Don't nobody talk about going to no FCI. Everybody love this shit. They They did. Most of the dudes that I was around, the lifer that I was hanging with, hey, that nigga was like, shit, I love to make it back to a motherfucking FCI. But he only had that in mind because he was like, if I go to a FCI, I know I can escape from that motherfucker. That's his mind state. He like, man, they let me to a FCI, nigga. I know I'm getting away. You know what I'm saying? He got a life sentence. So how you can tell him how not to think? And I'm hanging with this motherfucker. He telling me about his motherfucking, his escape plan that he had in Leavenworth, and then the reason why he wasn't gonna never make it back down to a FCI. Only thing he was doing was going to the ADX and working his way back down to a USP. That's the only thing he was doing. And he had been in jail 20-something years. You know what I'm saying? That was his whole thing. Because even in the USP, he's still trying to escape. You know what I'm saying? And that's the mind state. He's looking for a loophole. So when he get caught trying to escape again, they're going to send him to a USP. You know what I mean? To a ADX. He'll work a program, stay there a year or two, come back down. You know what I'm saying? And try it all over again. But this is the type of guys I hung with. And just to see this mind state, you know what I'm saying? And knowing that he really wanted to go. And there was plenty of guys that wanted to go to FCI. You know what I'm saying? But majority of these motherfuckers, shit. These motherfuckers was like, shit, FCI. They mentality wouldn't even let them deal with the FCI. Because when you deal with lower levels, you have to conform to be here. This is, you know what I'm saying? They look at it like being here is a privilege. Because you can go your ass to the ADX and the USP, and they got plenty of jails to hold you. But I needed to work on my case, man. And plus, I ain't like all that motherfucking violent shit. Waking up every morning, man. This dude got killed. They got, you know what I'm saying? That car just crashed. The Jersey boys just goddamn me hit these motherfuckers. You know what I'm saying? Or the DC just put this work in, and you know what I'm saying? This, that, and the third every day. So how the fuck can you even fight your case? Can't fight your case with no shit like that. So the thing that I knew I had to do, you know what I'm saying? I knew I had a few years from, they charged me up, you know what I'm saying? Made me out this bad guy in Beaumont, sent me back to the penitentiary. So they charged me up. So I know I got to do a few more years here. So I'm like, fuck it, I don't give a fuck. But I know I got to stay out of trouble because I want to make it down to an FCI. Because I want to fight for my life. I want to be able to fight for my case and all of that. Like I said, I got a 30-year sentence. I got this at 25 years old. You know what I'm saying? So they ain't got all my youth and everything. So I ain't glorifying no violence or no gang activity or nothing. I'm just telling y'all a prison story that I went through during the time of my 20-year incarceration. You know what I'm saying? So I was just really just telling y'all the mind state that when you in the USPs, man, you got dudes that really don't want you to say nothing about no motherfucking FCI because they ain't gonna be able to indulge in they motherfucking wine, they drugs, the motherfucking and in the USP the homosexual shit is just like okay, nigga, they live together. You know what I'm saying? Motherfuckers be living together and all of that shit, like some house-made shit. You know what I'm saying? And, you know, that shit is wild. They do that shit in the FCIs and the Lowe's and the camp. They do all that shit anywhere, but that's just times that shit is. But that shit there, man, the moral of this story, man, you can't talk to nan motherfucker about going to no FCI when you're in the USP. Niggas don't want to hear that shit. Nigga, fuck you mean you going to a FCI? You know what I'm saying? Motherfuckers get to thinking you a police and shit because you trying to go to the FCI. You know what I'm saying? You be like, damn, nigga, I'm just trying to goddamn me make it comfortable for me. You know what I'm saying? Even though I ain't have to explain like that, but I'm just telling y'all the story because I'm giving y'all the mind state that I had when I was back in the USP. And this motherfucking shit was just like, nigga, you know what I'm saying? Nigga, don't tell no motherfucker you finna go to no FCI, nigga. These niggas ain't playing. Nigga, they want you here on the front line soldiering. Nigga, I'm telling you, because this niggas in this motherfucker that's not going to no FCI, period. and they don't want you to go. And they had that mind state, and they let you know they don't want you to go no motherfucking FCI. Nigga, you got to damn near sneak out the USP to go to a FCI. These motherfuckers ain't into doing nothing but running through the metal detectors with knives, going to get their man. And kill a police, kill a guard, everything. They don't give a fuck. But why would you want to be in that mind state? I didn't want to be in that mind state. I don't care about none of the stories, all of the gangster shit. I'm just giving y'all the mind state that I had when I was in the USP. Didn't want to be there, stayed there, didn't have no issues, none of that. Leader, natural born leader with the situations, and ain't had no troubles, but I was just giving y'all the mind state of how guys think in the USP. Man, they don't want to hear nothing about no FCI. These motherfuckers, you talking about going to FCI, these motherfuckers be thinking nigga, you trying to goddamn me get out of jail. You know what I'm saying? Just for that. And so it's not talked about in the in the USP. It's not talked about. You know what I'm saying? So making it out that motherfucker, man, and being that I was one of the guys that they really looked up to and this and that, man, wanted to see me out. A lot of guys really wanted me out of prison because of the camaraderie that I had throughout the years. And I'm one of the particular dudes that they know that they can depend on, you know what I'm saying, on the other side for us, anything that they need. Not nothing illegal or nothing like that, just being able to send them some pictures. And like I said, I just sent my people some money yesterday, man, and he in the state joint, man. So I know how it be, man, and I know how it is, man, and I'm thankful that I'm on the other side right now, and I'm telling y'all these stories, man, and enlightenment of transitions can be made, man, with a positive mindset. And like I said again, man, shout out to Obama, man, for the clemency program, man. I thank you for the administration, man. Thank you that I was blessed to be one of the fortunate ones to be back on the other side, man. Because if not for the program, man, I'll probably still be in federal prison, man. You know what I'm saying? So shout out to Obama, man. Thank you, man, for the program. And everybody didn't make it, man. I was just one of the fortunate ones, man. I just wanted to give y'all the mind state of the USP, man. Them dudes don't want you to leave. They don't want you to leave up out that USP going to no medium again, man. Cause that's their life, man. You know what I'm saying? They into carrying guns, and the guns is the knives. They into getting a man from the street, or they into taking hits. You know what I'm saying? Because it's motherfuckers that's putting hits out on motherfuckers, and they into trying to get away with that shit to get the money. You know what I'm saying? So they can't do that shit in the FCI. You know what I'm saying? First motherfucking incident at an FCI, and you done been to the penitentiary, and I done went through this, and you done been to the USP, man, they scared to death of you, man, because they don't know what they dealing with. They don't know if this motherfucker finna kill 3 guards or nothing. So they don't want no motherfucker to slip through the crack coming from the USP, man, because these motherfuckers don't care. You know what I'm saying? So I wasn't one of them dudes that got engulfed in the prison politics to the point of chancing my freedom, even though it was a lot of times that you can make a bad mistake, man, and be in there for the rest of your life. So you gotta be mindful of the decisions you make and choices. You know what I'm saying? So, man, I came out of there unscathed, man. And shout out to all my federal inmates that's still in feds, man, doing time, man. I'm praying for y'all, man. And like I said, man, you just not tuning in, hit that like and subscribe button. OG Weeds Urban Conversation, man. And we out. You know what I'm saying? Man, I'm coming to y'all again with another fire story, man. And if y'all and for those that's rocking with me, man, thank you, man. I appreciate you, man. I appreciate you, man. I'm thankful, man. And I'm grateful, man. Thank y'all for tuning in to OG Weeds Urban Conversation, man. And if it's some stories that y'all want to hear about, or if it's something, man, I got another story that I'm going to be dropping about how to survive in federal prison, man. So I'm gonna give y'all some key pointers, man. You know, so and I ain't encouraging no violence or no illegal activities, man, while I'm telling these stories, man. It's just a transition stage of me doing 20 years in federal prison, man, and I'm just giving y'all the insights of my journey. You know what I'm saying? OG Weasel Urban Conversation, and we out, baby. Holla at your boy. You know what I'm saying? Hit me up.